So, recap time. Woke up at around 6 today. Ate some breakfast. Juice. Sorry, I'm choked up. Yeah, we ate. We head over to 10th Egg Mechanics, and I think it started pretty smoothly. Got into our showroom or whatever it was called. We all started. First thoughts were that there were definitely a lot of things in there that I didn't expect. There were some things that had gotten switched, but I was warned of that. So I kind of expected that. I did some math, or common sense. So I figured out most of them. I think it went pretty dang good. And then we headed over to the shop facility, and we went ahead and they gave me, we were going to do the drawings. I'll grab them in my backpack. This was the first thing we went over. This isn't the actual sheet. This is just practice stuff from previous days. But it looked something like this right here. We had this, and it wasn't this one that you see right here. Gotta make sure I'm right here, right? But it wasn't this box you see here. It was actually one that I practiced before on a practice day. But we got this sheet here, right? Or that's what I was supposed to get, but instead I got a bill of materials, and it's in our binder, but I'm not gonna, well, yeah, I should grab it too. Oh my god. Okay, this is the one we had in our book, right? It was like of a house. So I was kind of thinking that was a lot of stuff for it, and I didn't have time to study it really, because I was studying all this stuff. There's the study sheet gives us 100 questions, and there's going to be 50 on here. So I went ahead and I studied all 100 of the questions, and then I studied all of the next 100 of the year before that. So I think that went pretty good. And for our practice day, I have it here. Yes, this was our bill of materials that we practiced with, right? This paper was at practice day, and another day, another competition we went to in Jamestown, which I got second for. So I figured, okay, this won't be too bad. You know, this is kind of how it looks. You know, it was pretty simple. But we ended up getting something more advanced like that, and so I was a little unprepared, but I was gonna try giving it my best. And we started, and I went ahead, and the first question was like, how many 1.5 tubing total of feet are we need for it? So I went ahead and I started with figuring out where all the tubing was, and then I took all the numbers and I tried, timesing them by the correct amount. Like, do we need 4 of this length, etc., etc. So I did all that, and then turn it into inches by dividing by 12, so they got into inches. And then when I got like halfway through that, they gave us a 2-minute warning. And I was like, wait, we haven't been in here that long, and I've been doing all this math so I could get the closest answer I can, because it was just a random, I had never seen that kind before, not even the one in the book. It was like totally, it was like of a gas jug or a gas mount, I don't know, it was something like that. And so I wanted to make sure I got all the measurements correct, so I was taking all my time, making sure, double checking, and I spent all that time. I guess it was like a long time, but it didn't feel like it. And so I only got one question on that, and I am pretty upset about that. I don't know whether to blame myself or not, because I wanted to make sure I got all the measurements right. But by the time I finished my first problem and I got pretty close to the answer, you know, they gave me like 2-minute, 5-minute warning. I'm like, I can't do that for every single one. So I started looking through it, and they don't tell you, you know, how much piping you're gonna get. They have the dimensions, and then they have the dimensions, and you have to add it all up and then convert it to feet or whatever. So yeah, and that's when it kind of started falling apart. So after that we did the paper I was talking to you earlier about, this paper right here, and this. And ironically, it was the same paper that we got to do competition with south of Jamestown we went to a while back, which I got second for. So the issue with this paper is it says scale 1 inch equals 1 foot. I don't know if you can see that because it's kind of dark, but it says right here in the middle, it says scale 1 inch equals 1 foot. Sounds reasonable. The only issue is that these two pieces of plywood here, and remember, these have a weak way to cut and a strong way to cut, meaning if you were to cut upward, the board would be weak, or I'm sorry, it'd be going, if you cut this way, which I have here, it would make it weaker. So we want to try to get these cuts to go up. Well, the issue with that is that these boxes right here, the correct length of these is supposed to be 4 feet by, I think, was it 10 feet or something like that, something along those lines. But it was supposed to be 4 feet going this way, correct? Well, it's like 3.14 right here. So if you get a ruler and go from here to here, it's like 3 3/4 inch. So you could imagine that throws all of this off, because you have to do it in 1 inch equals 1 foot, right? But because these cubes are smaller, you're not able to place these in the tight space that you can, because this is designed, you're supposed to fit these in the most organizable way without getting the least waste, right? So, but you can't do that anymore because it's not 4 feet. So you have to do it the weak, complicated way. So I was able to get that done, but I was still pretty upset, and I brought it up, and they said they couldn't really do anything about it, and I just had to go with it. But the issue I have with that is that me, and including everybody in there, now has to do it, you know, the weaker way. So yeah, I don't know. So then after that, we did tool measurements, which look something around here, and it was pretty good. I didn't get around to, there was one where it was asking about a drill, or not a tap and die set of what kind of drill you should, what kind of size hole you should drill. And I admit I wasn't prepared for that because I didn't take that part of the class with our advisor. Instead, I worked on making the engine mount for demonstration, which I'll tell you what that was at the end of the vlog, you know, all the scores and stuff that everyone got. So yeah, with that, I was kind of like, you know, okay, I got most of them on. And then came welding, and I think that for me was the worst part of the entire thing. And I don't want to like praise myself, but I believe I'm a pretty talented welder. It runs in the family, and I put a lot of practice time into welding, a lot of, you know, reading books and stuff into welding. So I was really hoping that welding would be, you know, the best part, even though it's only about 10 points out of like these being like 50 and the first part being 100 points. So for it being 10 points, I think is kind of, I don't know, it's like the welding part involves skill and knowledge of how to do it. So I would think they would put that higher, since it is like an actual skill you should have. And instead it's only worth 10 points. And the questions for welding, which went really smoothly, were only 10 points. So welding in total is only 20 points versus these being 50 in themselves. So with screwing up the bill of materials, which was I think about 50 points, you know, I'm very, very disappointed, and partly myself, but also partly that I feel like we should have gotten more time to do some of that, because it's ironic because we just had a speaker telling us about how we should give it our all, and I really like that speech, you know. And so for me, giving my all is, you know, doing the math, double checking, you know, just like anyone should. But we don't have a lot of time to do it, so we kind of have to guess. We kind of have to do it quickly. So it's like we have to hurry, but in order for us to hurry, we cannot, you know, do all the math. Or maybe I'm just slow. I don't know. So yeah, but back to welding. The welder I used was definitely an older welder, but I was okay with that. The only issue was that the previous person who used it had it on like an incredibly low setting, and I had a hard time striking it. So I made sure that to get the temperature close, and I still had striking issues, but I was able to do run bead, and I noticed, you know, I was having some wobbles where it comes out like this, you know, like where the bead comes up, you know, it kind of had these wobbles on the edges. So I figured I should turn the heat up. So I did another pass after, you know, messing with the welder a little bit more, trying to get it hotter, and it looked pretty dang good. I mean, I think that could have been a winner for sure, even though it was only 10 points. I mean, I practiced at our shop back in town, you know, several times before the event to make sure I understood, you know, if this is happening, do that. So I did 2 passes, which only take about, you know, less than a minute. And I did those. I went ahead, cleaned up, double checked the welder, and then that's when I got my 2 official pieces. So with the official piece, you know, it has like your name and stuff on it, so that, you know, they know whose weld that is. But there's one issue, was that I couldn't get it to strike. So we have to tack the metal on both sides, so that when we're going along, it doesn't start to warp and stuff. So I was trying to tack the one side to start, and I couldn't get it to light up, you know, just striking it or whatever. So I ended up looking at the welder, and I took the clamp and I was like moving it around to see if I got better conduct, which eventually I did. So I found a good spot where it didn't matter, you know, whatever, it would usually work. So I do my one tack, and I move to the other side, and the guy comes up and he says, "Time's over." And you better believe I was pretty pissed off. I looked at him, I mean, not specifically at the guy, but just in general, and yeah, so I looked at him and I told him, you know, I was like, I just did one tack, I'm just gonna tack and then do the whole thing, you know, it'll take me like less than a minute, you know, not even a minute, like 30 seconds. And he told me, no, unfortunately, you cannot do it now. Well, yeah, so I don't actually have a weld piece for it. And it's not that like I'm upset that I'm probably not gonna get anything. I'm upset because I spent time trying to make sure that welder, you know, was working, you know, and I was trying to make sure that when I was going, it wasn't gonna cut on me again. So yeah, so tacked one side, was just about ready to do the other. The guy walks in, tells me I gotta be done, and that was that, I guess. So I don't have a welding piece. I completely skipped out, or I completely misjudged time for bills of materials. I'm pretty upset at myself, and just couldn't really do it fast enough, I want to call it that. But I don't know, it's just I feel like if I had more time to, you know, do the math, you know, just, you know, go on and do it, you know, do the math, you know, figure it all out, you know, I could have gotten perfect score. I know I could have. There's no doubt about it that I could, you know, and just didn't give us that time. Give us that time to double check, make sure I got everything. And the same went for welding. Just wanted to make sure it would work. Want to make sure I didn't have any issues. And I ran out of time. So there's nothing I can do about it now except suck it up. Oh, and I have the rest of the day to do whatever. I think it's only, actually I don't know what time it is right now because my phone's in my backpack. So I gotta go turn that on, but I know it's a little bit after 10 because of the bell, so it's a little bit after 10. The ceremony isn't until late tonight. There is a dance, so I'm looking really forward to that. Hopefully that can lighten my spirits up. Probably gonna go see if the others are busy. I know they have meets and stuff, like meets, practice, and so that's kind of a big deal. So I hope everything goes well for them and they don't run out of time. If they complain about time too, then I think there's something weird about that, but you know, yeah. That's all I have for you now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So might go down to the game room. Might not. I'm gonna sit here and eat donuts. Feel sorry for myself. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll see you later. That's new. I was just taking photos and stuff, and all of a sudden sirens start blaring. Tornado sirens to be precise. Oh, might as well check the radar. You never know. Do they always do that here? Huh? Oh, okay. Alright, back up we go. I'm just thinking, we should see how fast I can go around the entire facility. That's a good idea. Let's do it. Good, Anakin, good. Alright, so here is the booklet. And let's go to the campus map. Okay, oh, okay, here we go. So, if I can get in the shade here so you can see. So, that's just as bad. We're gonna go from right down here. We're gonna go all the way here, all the way up there, all the way down, and all the way back to there. Or to the Union, but we'll see.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ooh, that was fun. Oh, it was pretty bumpy though because that bike doesn't really have suspension, but oh man, that was fun. Whew. Gotta sit down for a bit. Alright, so I haven't done too much recording today after what happened in the morning, and just because I wasn't really doing much. I did go like to the library and stuff and look around the books. I was trying to find some engine mechanical stuff, but I couldn't find them before lunchtime. So I did that today and saw Maddie and her brother and the other guys doing the studying today. So yeah, they were studying and told me I should take a nap. So like an hour later, that's what I did. And I accidentally fell asleep. I didn't want to, but I did. So I'm a little bit out of it, but I've had some caffeine, so that should hopefully help. As far as right now goes, I'm heading back to the dorm to change into official uniform. And here comes McKenna. Hello. Oh, bunny. Baby bunny. Look at it. Is there? Oh my gosh, there is. Oh, there's a whole bunch. There's an adult back there too. Don't scare him. Yeah, there's a adult back there. I can see it. Huh?
Did you eat already?
Yeah, I just finished. I'm heading back now. Yeah, I'm gonna go change. See you, McKenna. Bunnies. Anyway, yeah, so I'm heading back to the dorms now. I'm gonna change to official dress. And then we're going to head over for the 3rd annual convention. I'm gonna bring the nice camera this time, so I could try doing a little bit more recording for more editing potential, if I want to say that. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. And there won't be any award ceremonies today. That'll be tomorrow at around lunchtime, I think. So it'll be that. I'm trying to think of what else. Tomorrow I don't have anything. Tomorrow the others have meet, so I wish them the best of luck and good providence. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. I think that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, and the dance is tonight too, so after the 3rd meeting, if you want to call it that, the 3rd meeting, there will be a dance. So I hope I can get to my dorm, change into my special clothes, and then continue on with that. So I will see you guys over at the convention building, or the field building, something like that. We'll see you later. Alright, so I'm going to leave this camera here at the dorm. I'm going to be bringing the black camera with, so hopefully everything runs smoothly. I don't have to change batteries or anything. I've got a camera mount, or a camera stand, so that's good. Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
We are now holding the fourth session of the 90th North Dakota FFA Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations? Thank you. And why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities, and responsibility.
So I forgot to bring my vlog camera, but so I'm using the photography camera. The dance is at the credit union. Everyone in my room saying I'm overdressed, but I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing. So I'm gonna take some photos, take some video, and have a good time.
Out there dancing?
Yeah, a little bit. I actually really like this song.
Yeah. One of the good ones.
Alright, so I got up just a little bit ago. It is currently 7:40. I got up too late to eat breakfast because we have to go to the main convention hall at 8 o'clock, and it's 7:40 something right now. So I'm going to bring the black camera over there and make some more video. Oh. Sorry, little guy. Come here. Yeah. Look at that. Let's put you right on there. Alright, so this is the final meeting. We're going to finish awards. I'm not sure when I edit this. I'm just gonna have all the awards in one go, or I'm gonna piece this apart. But so I'll just tell you basically what'll happen. We already did egg mechanics, and I'll have the scores of that either on the screen or whatever. But yeah, I'll have to explain what happened with that. So what happened with egg mechanics is I explained earlier in the video, or on a different video, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, of what happened in egg mechanics and me skipping one of the sections, which was bill of materials. I did go ahead and check my score, and it was all pretty much above what I need to get. It was just because I didn't do welding, and I guess they changed the score of welding. Instead of it being 10 points, it was actually 50 points. So I only got 15 out of that 50, and I think it was like another 50 for the bill of materials. So with bill of materials and the welding together, I want to say it was almost around 100 points I lost. So with that, I got bronze, but what was it? It was second. It was second before silver. So it was somebody in front of me had bronze, and then it was silver right after that. So you could see I was on the higher side of silver, or on bronze, sorry. I'll probably have like a sheet of what I'm talking about. And then for demonstration, what happened was I kind of had some starting issues. I think I talked about that too in a different video. But my overall score was 90, and to get gold, I needed 94. So, yeah. There was a different point system too, like, so in the reality it was like 200 and something, or not, it was like 224 was like the state, or national level, and so I think I was somewhere around like 120 or something around there. So with that, I needed to get 4 points each from each of the judges, which actually isn't a whole lot. But and then the overall score, the top was obviously 100, and then I got 90. So I mean, if you think of it that way, that's pretty dang close. But I'm happy to take second. Here we are at the building. I'm tired of carrying all this stuff around. Vlogging is hard work. Kind of get ridiculed and asked a couple questions every now and then. But so we're gonna go to meat like the competition meat from a cow. We're gonna do that, and then after that we will be all done. We'll get changed and then head home, or something along those lines. Maybe go to the mall. I'm not sure yet, but I think everyone's just gonna want to go home after this. So we'll see you on the flip side.
The stakes of this next contest are very high.
Hey Cassie, what's Kyle's favorite form of entertainment?
What?
The movies.
Guys, I said no puns during my session. Let's just get along with the Meats Awards.
The meat evaluation contest is sponsored by the North Dakota Beef Commission and the NDSU Animal Science Department. The Calvin Steak Memorial Traveling Trophy was donated by the state. Would sponsors please come forward to help hand out awards? Congratulations to the bronze individuals shown on the screen.
Alright, so we are almost done packing. I forgot to record us getting ready to go. We just finished ceremonies. We're almost done packing. We're gonna go put everything into the bus. It's about 12 o'clock, somewhere around there. I want to go to lunch. Oh, it's almost 11. Never mind, I'm an hour ahead. But anyway, yeah, room looks pretty close to how it was when we got back, just besides that and my clothes. So, see you later. Alright, so we got everything, well, almost everything on the bus. I and Ethan have everything on the bus. Now we're just waiting for everyone else to get out here, and then we're gonna go pick up the girls and their stuff. And then, what? We're just gonna head right on the road right away? Gas station? Gas station.
Austin found some dick right out the others.
Sorry, what did you
Miss Martin, we need some cake!
Stay up in
It was pretty good. I didn't expect that that 10th egg mechanics to go so quickly. Like, I just felt like I didn't have enough time, but I think it was about 2 hours, the whole thing was. But, so I mean, besides 10th egg mechanics and like just the competition itself, I think I could have done better. But I think, you know, going to the buildings, walking around campus, I think it was all pretty fun. Hanging out, studying off and on. What are they talking about?
We gotta go to West Fargo.
How was your week here?
It was really fun. I got to meet some new people and try some new things, and it was a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to nationals.
Yeah.
Miss Martin, so are we gonna go somewhere to eat, or we have to wait till we get home?
Yeah. Wow, what a trip. Oh, that was definitely an experience I'm never gonna forget. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna feel all like a dream. So before I get to that point, I want to thank all my friends that were there, including supporters, advisor, Mr. Martin. I want to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to go there. I might not have gotten any national ranks. I may have not gotten any national rankings, but this was kind of my first time in one of these events in a long time, and I felt like, you know, it was really good. I definitely learned a lot of things, made some mistakes, but I'm ready to persevere next time. And next up, next destination is North Dakota Drift. And again, thank you for everybody that, you know, supported me through all this FFA stuff. It really means a lot to me. I can't wait for nationals, and I can't wait for next year. We'll see you there. But next up, North Dakota Drift.